Shannon, it's a great pleasure to be able to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to our conversations at World Travel Market next week. I wanted to start by asking you about the business case for responsible tourism. It's you are part of one of the leading companies in the world now for taking responsibility for the impacts of tourism. But why does it make business sense?
I mean, I think there's two answers to that. Why some might consider us leading is because perhaps I don't need to talk about the business case internally anymore. And that is a really clear indicator of the fact that our executive understands the need for sustainability, and the need is business resiliency and risk mitigation at its basic level. The greatest challenges facing travel and tourism in 2023, I think everybody is on the same page that is crowding climate, and the great number of issues that come out of what's happening with the climate. And that poses the singular most impactful risk to travel, tourism communities, travel businesses, the entire travel trade distribution network, and those who rely on it. So that's the business case in short.
But part of the problem, it seems to me, Shannon, I don't know if you'd agree with this, but part of the problem is that as a sector, we've not been very good at demonstrating, reporting, making obvious the importance of travel and tourism expenditure in the destinations and the benefits to local communities. Do you share that view?
Yeah, I would share that view, and I think it's in part due to the fact that travel and tourism wasn't really an industry to be taken seriously, rightly or wrongly, for many, many years, arguably up until COVID, when the travel cessation brought to life how many communities and livelihoods so depend on this industry in a meaningful way. And so as a result, I don't think the travel and tourism industry has taken seriously, in the way other sectors have, our responsibility to including the true cost and benefit of our activities in a region. And that includes sustainability, and that includes transparency on reporting. Not enough businesses, in my opinion, still have measurable goals, clear targets on sustainability. It was once, not too long ago, that all you needed was a sustainable tourism policy, which is just words on paper. That's meaningless. So I think it's taken travel and tourism too long to grow up. Not to be glib, but to take ourselves seriously and to be seen as a powerful sector with great impact. We're not the soft industry that we used to sell ourselves as.
No, it's a strange evolution in a way, isn't it? Because WTTC did all that work with you and WTO on satellite accounting in order to demonstrate that the industry was a significant part of international GDP, but then omitted to do the other part of the work, which was to talk about the benefits of tourism to local communities and to look at net benefit.
Yeah, and again, it's that everything is always growing and building upon one another, and I think that was the language of commerce at the time, and I think that was a limited language of commerce, and that's partly why we are where we are globally.
One of the things that struck me only actually a couple of days ago, thinking about it, is that you said it's about crowding and climate for tourism, and of course those are both areas where we're bumping up against the limits of the finite world in which we live. What we see in destinations with over-tourism, we see in the increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, which is causing the climate change.
It's true.
So for many tourists, I suspect the first time they really come across the problem of the limits to growth is when they're in Florence, as I was recently, and you suddenly realize this has just gone past tolerable in terms of the concentration of people taking their selfies and carving their names on the buildings.
Yeah.
So let's cheer ourselves up, Shannon. The other panel you're on at WTM is talking about the positive impact, and you've just come out with your progress report on impact, looking at where you were in 2022. Presumably there's another one coming early in 24 about 23. But what strikes me about what you're doing is you're really trying to measure the positive impacts and not ignoring the reduction in your negative impacts. That must be costing you a lot of effort and a lot of resource to do this.
Yes, it is very time intensive. And it must be very well organized, and it must be resourced with individuals who understand the complexity of goal setting, measurement, and who have a high level of integrity to appreciate that we want truthful reporting.
And you were amongst the first, I think, if not the first tour operator to go for science-based targets on your carbon measurement.
Yeah, we were the first to have our targets, our short-term and our long-term targets validated. And it was under the newest protocol for science-based targets. So
at WTM, we're going to be talking in some detail about the impact measurements that you're using. I'm going to put at the end of this video for everyone a link, the URL link for your positive impact report, in the hope that some of the people in the audience will have read and had a look at your positive impact report. Shannon, we're really looking forward to that. Thanks for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you at WTM next week. Thank you.
And you, thanks so much.